Whew, out of breath here. Kevin Miller in the morning, KIDO Talk Radio. Phone number is 580-5436, 580-KIDO. Miller's Mission. Our great friend Kelsey joining us from the Boise Rescue Mission. And Kelsey, tell us why this is so important.
Yeah, every day I see the kids, the moms, the men come in and change their lives forever, and it starts with the meal. I think about where the rest of these turkeys go that we don't give out. We do Turkey Tuesday at the women's shelters. Every Tuesday we feed a big turkey dinner to all the kiddos, and it just lights their faces up. And they just go the extra mile in the kitchens over there at these turkeys, and it's a big deal, the lean protein.
Well, it is. So much so that you guys are out here collecting turkeys with us.
Yeah.
But there are so many people that need your help. Why do you continue on?
I love getting to see people, the miracles, I mean, you would think coming to the shelter is a sad place and there's so much sadness, but really it's a place of hope. And you see so many changed lives, people who will never have to live like that again, who can turn around and can truly give back and help break that cycle of homelessness in someone else's life. And I see it every day, and I live for the miracles down there.
We do, and obviously we would love for you to join us here in Nampa, where we ask you to give a turkey, don't be a turkey, and we've seen so many stories. Kelsey, for people that haven't tuned into us and are new to the area, I have to say the most touching moment that has touched me here at Miller's Mission has to be when we had a couple who was living, maybe it was last year. Was it last year or 2 years ago, where we had a couple that was living in a van right here in the Walmart parking lot, and they donated turkeys.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do.
And, at our church, they just had the homily or the preacher's sermon where the widow gave every two pieces of gold or silver, all she had. And Christ said, that is truly giving. And the rich people didn't. And I'm thinking to myself, we see that all the time here. We see that. You see it more than I do, but for 2 weeks out of the year, in the fall, in the summer, we see that where we have people that don't even have a home that are giving.
Yeah, it's so true in the Bible when it says, those who've been forgiven much love much. When you've been given what you receive at the Boise Rescue Mission, just to be able to love through a turkey and to turn around and be that hands and feet for someone else, it's everything. And the folks who go through our programs, they know that, and I see them day in, day out, turning around and being the hands and feet of Christ for the next person.
Indeed. It does give you hope, right?
Absolutely.
All right, coming up, we'll talk to more people, and our friend Kelsey, our co-host 2 weeks a year here at Miller's Mission. We would love to see you. We will be here until, I'll be here living at the Camping World facility on campus here until Saturday night, 6 o'clock. We would love for you to join us. Won't you help us help local Treasure Valley families? Phone numbers here, 580-5436, 580-KIDO. And we take a look at these wildfires going on in California. And we wonder, when will the eastern United States ever get serious about stopping these horrific fires? Can we stop these fires? And if Malibu can burn down, is any place in the country really safe? Think about that. And I know we have many friends from California. We have many people that aren't our friends from California. But can you imagine being driven from your house by a fire? And Governor Brown had this to say.
This is not the new normal. This is the new abnormal. Dryness, warmth, drought, all those things, they're going to intensify.
Well, what can we do about it? Now, some people say it's global warming. Other people will say these things just happen. It's the environmental folks, and we'll continue to debate again and again and again. But at 580-5436, 580-KIDO, how do we stop this? And should we stop this? And once again, if Malibu is not safe, then can any of the states here, cities in Idaho, be safe? That's what would be scary to me. And every year we go through fire season, and it becomes almost like a pastime, except if it's your home, your farm, your neighborhood that's impacted. That's one topic. Number two, obviously, is, and this is kind of a stretch, but we have CNN looking at suing the White House That's right, suing the White House because, well, they're not allowed in anymore. Jim Acosta got the boot. He's angry. He's upset. And they're taking the White House to court. Can we ever just have just a day where we just accept authority? Think about that. And we'll get back to that, but I do want to share this with you. And many of you that drive over by the Best Buy in Canyon County, you know there's Midland and there's Marketplace by the Costco and stuff. And this really hit home to me. So I'm driving with Mrs. Miller. We're getting ready for our pre-Miller's Mission dinner. And it's about 12:30 in the afternoon. And, you know, there's a turn there where between Midland and Marketplace where you can go into the new Chick-fil-A and the Cracker Barrel, or you can take a right and go into the Costco. Now, there's and some people, I guess, do U-turns. Now, I thought in the state of Idaho that to commit U-turns, you have to have a signage to commit U-turns. Well, unfortunately for me and Mrs. Miller, I'm looking at people, and they're taking that left turn, and they're taking the left turn. I'm thinking, oh, great, I can take my right. So I start taking the right, and I'll admit it was a rolling right, and all of a sudden I hear these big screech, and this guy in this big white 350 almost runs into us. And he's in my lane, and I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed this guy, and shame on me. And the guy kind of looks at me, and I'm thinking, well, okay, I need to pay better attention. And it really could have been a devastating accident because the guy was going a lot faster doing a U-turn. But this is a study of human behavior. So I go on down the road, and all of a sudden this guy in this big Voom Voom 350 starts doing fishtails like he's in the Dukes of Hazzard or one of these movies, literally fishtailing his pickup like he's going to come beat me up. And he drives up next to me and doesn't say anything. And then he zooms away, going in excess of about 50 miles an hour. Now, this is over the Midland Bridge, okay, where there's a ton of vehicles. And then he gives me the one-finger salute. And I thought to myself, well, okay, I made a mistake, but he made a mistake, and it would have been his fault. And I understand the police can't be everywhere, but there was no reason for that aggressive, inappropriate behavior. And this is the challenge that continues on our roads in the Treasure Valley. Now, what kind of plate did he have? Well, he had a 2C plate. That doesn't mean that all people in the 2C are bad, but I thought to myself, what type of, and I'm sorry to say this, depravity of the soul, where this guy just feels threatened that he has to do this. And we're seeing road rage incidents in California, in Idaho, and everywhere else. And this happened to me, it could happen to you. So, again, we need to be very careful. Coming up, we're going to have our friend Dave Petzo join us. He's probably the best dressed amongst us. Dave Petzo joins us every day at this time. So we're going to have Dave Petzo with us. He loves the rescue mission. We love him. Larry Gebert joining us as well. Thank you. Yes, I'm on my way, Larry. And we will join Larry on the air. We'll have Dave Petzo with us. We'll have a variety of all-stars. Once again, it's Miller's Mission, where we ask you to give a turkey, don't be a turkey. And yes, I am, according to Larry Gebert, the Treasure Valley's succulent turkey. The great turkey. You heard it here first. He loves that. And by the way, coming up after the commercial break, we'll have another vignette of real lives, real change, thanks to our friends at the Boise Rescue Mission. You're listening to Kevin Miller on KIDO Talk Radio.
I'm Kendall Thurneau, and I am the Children's Program Manager for the Boise Rescue Mission. I handle most of our kids through City Light and Valley Women and Children's Shelter. So back in April of 2010, I was getting out of jail for a probation violation, just some discretionary time for a relapse, and I knew I needed to change. I had heard about City Light, that they had a drug and alcohol program, and I knew I needed that program, and I knew I wanted to do a Bible-based recovery, because I had pretty much tried every other recovery out there. And I knew I wasn't going to leave until they let me in that program. So I literally checked in on a Monday, and I was in the program that following Tuesday. You know, it takes a lot to have to go from jail straight to a homeless shelter. There's a lot of, like, what has become of my life feeling, and you're pretty broken. You're definitely broken. But I think there's such a desperate need when you're that broken that you're willing to do anything and try everything, because you know you aren't doing life the way you want life to be done. It is life-changing. It changed my life dramatically. I went from being a IV drug user to somebody who was learning how to interact with the public day-to-day, donors day-to-day, and getting to say thank you for their gifts and their donations. I mean, it was a big change, but it was such a great experience to learn and see all those people who cared about me no matter what I used to do. Not only do we help the families that are in our shelter, but the families that have ever been in our shelter or are just in need. And there's so many people out there in the valley that are struggling, that need our help, and so we need all the turkeys that they want to get. You know, I remember walking in the door and needing a meal and a place to sleep, and that door being open to me no matter where I was in my life, still being addicted. I got to hear the word of God. I got to have a clean bed. I got to have a hot turkey meal. I got to have clean clothes and a place, and somebody to just say it's going to be okay. Somebody to just hug me while I'm standing there with tears running down my face because I've never been in a shelter before. So they just make it so much, they just give you so much love in that moment of when you're hurting. And so the turkeys, you know, it's just one way we can continue the love is to, you know, give them food and hot meals.
As we're talking about donations this time of year, our primary needs are food and winter clothing. And, you know, regarding food, we need turkeys. You know, we're giving out 3,600 food boxes at our 2 banquets this year. We'll be serving, you know, over, you know, 5,000 meals roughly at the holiday meals, you know, and so we need turkeys and we need all the fixings that we put into food boxes. We put together these food boxes, and in these food boxes come, you know, fruit, vegetables, stuffing, dessert, and we put these food boxes together, and that's what we give out at the banquets. So when it comes to the turkeys, we're not, you know, every single turkey that comes in, we're not looking just for corporate turkey donations. We're looking for all of those turkeys that someone brings to the warehouse. They all add up. John Blank, I'm the Ministry Center Director for the Boise Rescue Mission, and your donations count. Your donations, no matter how big or how small, make a difference. So please, during this week, give to Miller's Mission. Give to the community. Give to those people that need that support. They need to feel your love and your donations, whatever you are able to give to us. Thank you, and God bless.
All right. God bless, John. We appreciate you. We are live once again, the Walmart Garrity in Franklin. Kevin Miller in the morning, joined by our friend Dave Petzo, the Petzo Center, Petzo Financial, Petzo, host of Money Matters. So many years on KIDO Talk Radio, and you were talking a little Bronco action last Saturday morning. You were talking about the Broncos. I go, sports and Petzo?
I'm honored you were listening. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I talked that deeply about it, but it was a good game.
Sure.
It was a great game.
If you're a Bronco fan, yeah.
I thought it was probably a safe comment in this area.
I would say, Dave Petzo, good to have you with us. The Boise Rescue Mission means so much to the area, so much to you.
It does. I love the mission. There's no question. It always speaks to me how many people they help, how many programs they help. You know, whether it's alcoholism, drugs, veterans programs. They've got so many programs to enable people to move on with their life, and they do. I think over 600 people came in homeless last year and left with work and are on their own.
Now, wait a minute. You're this unfiltered, unfettered capitalist. Why are you caring so much about the Boise Rescue Mission?
Well, I think it fits, for those of us who are capitalists, it fits perfect. Meaning there is no government money, there's no government involvement in the rescue mission. It's all people who have been successful and people who are struggling. I heard your story on the way out, but it's all of us kicking in. Yeah. The government doesn't do this, and therefore the government doesn't ruin it either.
Well, that is, and for people just tuning in, new people coming to the Treasure Valley. The Boise Rescue Mission is unique because they don't get government funding, right?
They don't. But it's one of those things where you go, well, why not? That would be amazing. But also with government funding comes rules of engagement, time rules. You have to have, for example, you maybe have 3 months worth of treatment for something, but what if a person needs 6 months, 9 months, or is going to be dumped back into a situation that's very dangerous? Too bad. We're out of money. You're out. This is the rules for a program across the country where this can be tailored, if you will, to what people's needs are. And it works. I think they have an 80% success rate defined by being a year clean and sober. That's astounding. If the government could do half that good, we would just be doing cartwheels throughout the parking lot.
We wouldn't care what the president of France said about our president, would we?
We would not. We would not.
Dave Petzo joining us. More coming up. Are you hanging for a while?
I'll hang for as long as you want me, Kevin.
All right. Well, we appreciate that. Traffic and weather together. KIDO Talk Radio.
It's Eric Everett.
And we continue on. Phone numbers 580-5436, 580-KIDO. Now, we would love for you to join us here at the Walmart, Garrity and Franklin. I've just been told that the turkey vouchers, you can buy them at any Walmart, are only good for this week till Saturday. So you can stop by any Walmart and pick up a turkey voucher. $15 will feed Treasure Valley families. Dave Petzo joining us, and coming up, we'll talk to Dave in the next half hour about the markets and everything else. But, obviously we're here for Miller's Mission, and we see the stories that lives are transformed. Yeah. It's not like watching it on TV, it's seeing it in real life.
Well, it is. And the people that work at the mission, I think something like 30 or 40% of them went through a program here. They're just so successful at it. And, we've all been to Seattle, we've been to Portland, and we've seen what homeless looks like. It's a train wreck. I mean, they're tents pitched on sidewalks, along the freeways, people not getting help. There is no help in those circumstances. You don't wake up one morning and go, here I am in the woods right alongside the freeway, and I think I'm going to change my life today. Without help, without people to have resources, there's no way that changes. We would be there without the rescue mission. There'd be 500 people on the streets. This valley would look a lot differently if we didn't have the rescue mission, and I don't know how you can't have a heart for that.
Well, and
even if you don't like people, right?
There is a magic to the Boise Rescue Mission that is unique to this area. You go to Salt Lake, a very different environment there with the homeless situation. You go to other places, as you've pointed out, Seattle and Portland. Maybe culturally you're more akin to them. I'm culturally more akin to Salt Lake, so that's our comparisons.
I have a granddaughter in Seattle. Come on, I get to see it all the time.
You don't have to get defensive. I mean, we have a lot of people at the broadcast center that like Seattle. So.
Yes.
Jeff the Suit, he loves Seattle.
Yeah.
And but this is where the community comes together.
It is. And both the business community, like myself, and they're supporting people, and I really hope that people are encouraged to do that. We have so many people moving to this valley. I mean, just so many that are coming here that people have been in business, people like me and developers. I mean, we're all benefiting from the fruits of all these people coming in. But we're also bringing in more and more homeless with that situation, people with problems. And we need to step up and get ahead of this, because otherwise we are going to look like Seattle or Portland or Salt Lake City, your beloved Salt Lake City.
My beloved Salt Lake City, yes, the Mecca of the West. By the way, if you'd like to donate online anytime, BoiseRM.org, BoiseRM.org, Miller's Mission. We also have the turkey vouchers. You can stop by any Walmart, or you can stop by and join us, and Dave Petzo knows this. He's been here for years. The show doesn't stop at 9 o'clock.
No.
It gets physical here.
It does.
It really does.
Well, and then you invite people to knock on your trailer here at midnight just to say hi.
Yes, sure. But you've got to bring a turkey.
That's right.
Yeah, the party doesn't stop. More coming up next. Kevin Miller, KIDO Talk Radio. And welcome back. Dave Petzo's with us. Want to thank Jeff the Suit for coming by, Reverend Bill for coming by, and somebody just dropped off a cart full of turkeys, and want to thank that individual. We're on our way. Thanks to Roxanne this morning for her turkey vouchers, and let's see, the hats that she dropped off. Keep America Great. Appreciate that, Roxanne, and this cart full of turkeys. Dave Petzo, we're on our way Miller's Mission Day 1.
Way to go, man! And thanks for doing this. Seriously.
Oh.
I know, yeah, but you know what? Watch you get this ready. You get this ready. It's a process. This doesn't just happen. You show up and you got this big old crew here because your crew is basically you and Ray. So,
me and Ray.
Although I know the rescue mission helps you set this up too, but still.
And then we've got our friend George, Joel, Chandler. The gang is all here. Jeff the Suit. It is a commitment and certainly worthwhile. Now, sir, your name is Mike. Oh, okay, we're going to fix your mic in a minute there, Mike. Sorry about that. The mics don't like the cold weather. Let's try it again. Mike, let's see if we got you now.
How are you doing today?
Yep, and welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your story.
All right, my story is, I came from Stockton, California. It's by the Bay Area. Went through a tragic of events, victim of violent crime, came out here to this beautiful city. I've been here for 2 months with the program of the Lighthouse Mission. I can tell you that it saved my life. We all need a helping hand, and I had too much pride to ask. A lot of us have pride where we don't want to go to a shelter or ask for help, and I turned to God, and He's literally saved my life. I did a complete 360 around. He's influenced my life so much. And the place has helped me out a lot. It saved my life, literally. I don't know where I would be without this. A lot of us are one paycheck away from being homeless.
Sure.
And what you guys are doing for the community and stuff like that, it's an excellent thing.
Well, Mike, hang on. Do you want to thank Kevin from Star, who just gave us those turkeys? There's another Kevin living in Star, and thank you, Kevin, for that basket full of turkeys. Sure do appreciate it. Dave Petso, if you want to jump in here with Mike, we'll continue on. So, Mike, when you see, here you are in the Treasure Valley the first time, you're at the Lighthouse, you see the big stars of screen and television, Larry Gebert, Dave Petso, this guy in the crazy turkey outfit. We're here at the Walmart. What goes on in your mind as someone who's living at the Lighthouse?
I see that. It's a community that's came together to help out, to give out to families in need and stuff. I like how everyone's just come together, That's very, very neat to see how everyone's working together to help others out.
Are you looking forward to the holidays?
I am, yes, now. The holidays, at first, I wasn't sure, but I accepted these people as my new family. I want a good community you guys have here. That's all I can say. Good people, good vibe out this, what you guys are doing right now.
Dave Petso, your thoughts?
Well, I just think that's it goes to show you why they're here. People can come here and, if you will, fix their lives, get them back on track. The idea,
if only we could fix the markets.
That's right. 15 years this guy set aside his life and is now finding it again. That's pretty awesome.
Very humbling.
Yeah.
Yes, it's life-changing. I want, it took 15 years of my life. I want that back. And by me, with the mission and everyone helping me out here is a great thing to do. At first, like I said, it was too much pride I had. I didn't want to get help, but now that I received the help, it's saved my life, and it can. It's a beautiful feeling that what they've done.
What could you say to folks to encourage them to donate?
Please, just donate. It's a good feeling. You donate, you give them back to the community as you receive. Everyone, it's more welcome. Even just a single can of food will go a long ways and feed a lot of mouths. I encourage you to do it. It's a great thing. You're helping out families, kids. It goes a long ways.
All right. Mike, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll bring in Larry Gebert here for a minute before his big live shot. We've got a couple minutes. Mike, we'll ask you to get up. Now, Dave, you get to grill Larry for our entertainment purposes only here at KIDO Talk Radio. Of course, Larry's going to immediately take control, as he always does.
It'll take seconds.
Yes, it will.
I say good luck. Bring it on.
There you have it. See, there you go.
Ready for the challenge.
We are ready for the challenge, Larry. How's the weather going to be out here for the week?
Challenging, actually. Only if you're living outside of a Walmart, but for everybody else, it'll be just fine. No, actually, Kevin's going to be okay because his good friend Larry Gebert turned the heat on in his RV for him. So it's going to be nice and toasty warm in there for him, so it should be good.
Well, we have a lot of people here, Dave Petzo. We've got Larry that services the RVs for us. He's our expert.
Good.
Not really
My
an
car
expert,
needs a
but-
tune so if you're done. That'd be great.
I've said I'm mechanically inclined, so I can usually figure things out. And I have a bit of electronic knowledge, a bit. I used to be a broadcast engineer once upon a time.
Did you really?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Well, that doesn't go
Probably
away.
doesn't surprise you, yeah.
Good. No.
I've had a lot of odd jobs actually, but never very good at the markets. I can tell you that much. I still leave that to you.
Well, I don't know. The markets haven't been very good, Dave Petzo.
Well, like I say, you wanted to control it. You can't really do that. And when you suggested you control them, I'm pretty sure there's an organization called the SEC that has rules about that.
That's right.
I always say that to Dave, and he always smacks me back because I'm always wrong and he's always right. So you take a look at what can we expect with the markets.
Yeah.
Larry wants to know. Larry's got some interest here.
Well, what I thought was interesting is something that Dave said this morning on Channel 7 about how the interest rates are up. And that's actually a positive thing, because it increases. I know it increases the bond market, but it means that the economy continues to move forward.
It is. It's we're all so used to very low interest rates. You're right, but at the same time, this is just getting back to normal.
Sure.
Don't we want to be back to normal, or we want to be in this crisis mode, right? And because the economy is so good, rates are rising, and that is a positive.
And it's controlled to a certain extent, by the federal organizations and everything. By keeping it down, actually kind of kept us at that level, and by allowing it to increase now a little bit, it is kind of part of the natural. The first thing that happens, of course, is the market takes a tumble,
right?
Because you always get a reaction because there's more emotion, I think, involved in that than anything else. Unless I'm wrong, it seems like it's always an emotional response.
It can be, but we have had a good market in so far. If rates get too high, obviously that will kick in. But markets have been good, other than the last month or so. As you
it's not been
point
good
out
for you,
repeatedly,
Dave. Yes, well,
Kevin.
you've had a great run.
Finally,
like
I get stopwatch. You're going to be right.
Once. Yes, Reverend Bill continues to laugh. We're here at Miller's Mission, asking you to give a turkey, don't be a turkey. Dave Petzo with us, Larry Gebert with us, Reverend Bill. The gang is all here. A week of giving. Stop by the Walmart, Garrity and Franklin, or turkey vouchers at every Walmart in the Treasure Valley. Why don't you donate? Why don't you make a difference? Dave Petzo has been involved with the Rescue Mission for many, many years, as have you, Larry Gebert.
Dave Petzo is remarkably generous in everything that he does. I mean, I know he's not looking for attention for this, but he gives to 7 Cares Idaho Shares. He gives at this time. He gives a lot of his own personal money to just help make a difference. And I know that's all because you believe in what the mission of the Rescue Mission is all about and what it means, same as the rest of us, and how much we care about the Rescue Mission, the food bank, the Salvation Armies. That's what 7 Cares is all about. But I know that you personally give a lot because it's just what you believe is being a part of this community.
Oh, I think you have to. I honestly do. It's you don't have. I want to, but it's one of those things too that you. This community, I've been in this community. It's in business for 35 years. It's been remarkably good for me and my family, and so just giving a little bit back to people that are really, really in need is. Feels good. Yeah, it actually feels good, and it's necessary.
Well, you and I came. Actually, I've been here 35 years in this community as well. So you and I arrived about the same amount of time, and we saw a lot of things happen because the 80s were really the early 80s were still a backlash.
Brutal.
The late 70s from the Carter administration, and some of the things that happened with interest rates there. When we remind that while the interest rates went up a little bit here, it was 23% back in those days.
Exactly. Yeah. Prime lending, 21.5. Yeah.
All right, more coming up with Dave Petzo, Larry Gebert, Reverend Bill, and the gang. We are here at Miller's Mission, where we're asking you to give a turkey, don't be a turkey. And I am the turkey. Folks, hope starts with a meal. Turkey vouchers at every Walmart. We'd sure love to see you. And by the way, Kevin and Star, thank you very much for your generous donation of the turkeys. We'll have another vignette, and we'll hear more from you with Dave Petzo, Kevin Miller, live from the Nampa Walmart, Garrity and Franklin, Miller's Mission, KIDO Talk Radio.
My name is Jessica Kaufman, and I work in the children's program at the Boise Rescue Mission. And before I came to City Light, I was running the streets in my addiction. I was an alcoholic for years, and I was moving from state to state, and it was a very lonely, scary life. I drug my kids around with me from place to place, and I was very fearful and on edge most of the time. When I got to the mission, I had exhausted all other opportunities with family and friends, and the way that they loved me was unconditional, and I don't believe I've ever felt that before. They accepted me and my children where I was at that time, no matter what my background looked like, and it looked pretty bad, so I almost didn't think that they would accept me, but they did. They were very loving. There was a lot of structure, which it's exactly what I needed. It's everything that I ran away from. They taught me how to parent my children in a loving way. They taught me how to keep a schedule and keep a budget, and most importantly, they taught me about the Lord, which I did not know anything about Jesus. I knew a little of him from being in jail, but when I got to the Boise Rescue Mission, they laid that foundation for me. We need the food, and the kids need to eat, and the moms need to eat, and the dads need to eat, and we all eat together. So my son, Charlie, he has grown so much. I am so proud of him. He was crazy broken when I got him back from the state custody. And to watch him grow and to apply the tools that he's learned at the mission, words really can't describe how proud I am of him. I mean, it used to be a fight every day to get him to do his homework, to, get him on the bus, to get him to bed at night. But now he comes home and he's like, Mom, I have my homework. I'm going to do it. And just yesterday he said, no, it was Friday. He said, Mom, the teacher called out names for people who have missing homework, and I wasn't one of them. And so just for him to recognize that, if he puts his mind to something, he can do it. And so we got all of that from the mission. I would say thank you for saving me and both of my kids and providing a place for us to go that would accept all three of us, because there's not a lot of places that would accept families. So you brought us together, and without the help of the donors, we would never have that.
And there we go, another real life story of triumph. Kevin Miller with you here, Miller's Mission, where we ask you to give a turkey, don't be a turkey. Dave Petzo joining us. Dave, the giving continues, and over the years you've given your time, your efforts, your capital to the Boise Rescue Mission. Why?
Well, because it really makes a difference. There's no question it makes a difference. People, really, their lives are changed when you have 70-80% of the people go through their programs and come out with their life back. How can you not be encouraged?
Sure.
It feels like, from a business perspective, I get a great return on capital here. This is where I can invest, and people's lives are changed. And when you change one life, you're changing multiple lives, because of they're talking about their families, some people getting their children back. I mean, it's an incredibly wide circle that every individual casts. And when you help one person get back up on their feet again, that's an amazing difference to any community.
Indeed. Sir, what's your name?
I'm Dustin.
We'll try that again, Dustin. We seem to have an issue with that mic. Go ahead, please. Okay, we're not going to do that. Why don't you grab Dave Petzo's mic here for a minute?
There you go.
Dustin, tell us your story, please.
Well, I've been an alcoholic since I was 17.
Well, how old are you now?
I'm 30. I just turned 30 this year.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically, this is the longest I've ever been clean, and it's been over 90 days, and I'm blessed for this program. But it's been a long road. I never thought I would be here, going through depression, suicidal thoughts, I crashed my motorcycle because I was drinking and driving, met my fiance. We both went through the same addiction. We lost our house, ended up homeless, and she went through the Alaba house and found out about it, and then saved my life. And I went through it. I was only there for 7 days, and I knew 7 days was not long enough to, overcome this addiction, that can ultimately kill you. So I heard about the New Life program. She actually told me about it, and now we're both in the New Life program. She's in the women's facility. I'm in the men's facility. It's very strict, but we get to work on ourselves and, ultimately have a better sober life together. This addiction kills, and, last Sunday, my cousin, Jamie Rosenketter, didn't make it out. She OD'd. And so,
we're sorry for your loss.
It's okay. But I'm very thankful, to have this program.
Where do you see yourself after?
After, I want to become like a firefighter, ultimately, I want to, save people's life. I plan on going through like EMT training. I'm sorry I'm emotional.
That's quite all right. You're among friends, brother. No worries. Look, just look at me if you need a laugh. It translates well to radio, but it's okay.
I finally have goals in life.
Sure.
I'm learning every day about the Lord. I never had the Lord in my life, and my life right now is like 1,000 times better than it ever has been. I'm so blessed to be like in this program. So
it's a tough program, though.
It's very tough. I go through my ups and downs. I have strong people around me all the time. I have caseworkers that just show the support and love, and they've been there and they've done that, so they understand, and just like having all these donations and everything really does help out the homeless. It helps feed us, clothe us, and without the nice, folks out there, we wouldn't have all this. It costs like $42,000 to put one of us through this program, and I know when I was in my addiction, I didn't know how to get out. I didn't know where to go. I wanted to change, but I didn't know how. And I thank God every day that I found out about this program. And I know my family's happy about it too.
One more time, what would you like to say to folks, sir?
I would just like to say that, no matter how bad it gets, there's somebody always out there that cares about you and is willing to help you.
God bless.
God bless.
Thank you for your courage this morning. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome. Traffic and weather together.
Jerry Gabbard.
Dave Petzo, your reaction to what you just heard.
Seriously? You're trying to get me to cry, too?
A lot of courage there with that young man.
Tons. Great story. And that's only one of them, right, Reverend? I mean, it's just one of many.
One of many, indeed. I've got 26 years of rescue mission ministry behind me now. That's why I have gray hair and bags under my eyes and all that, A long
that
time.
really works well for the radio.
Yeah, I want people to know what they're missing over
we'll
here.
attest to that. It's
Come
really
by
good.
the tent and take a look at how old Reverend Bill is, but you only get to make fun of him if you bring a turkey.
Well, indeed, but when you hear that those stories don't get old, and that's where your tax-deductible donations go, right here to helping folks in the Treasure Valley.
Well, that's exactly right, and there's a lot of them in our house right now. I'm sure, you heard the numbers this morning already, 1,000 meals a day, 400 to 500 men, women, and children in bed every night, probably 40 or more in the drug and alcohol program. A bunch of veterans. All the veterans' beds are filled up right now. We got people in other beds waiting to get upstairs. It's a busy time at the rescue mission, and we need all the help we can get. But the truth of the matter is, this is the most generous community on the face of the earth. I was telling Jeff the Suit earlier. There's no other community that I know of, and if tell me if you've heard of another place where a guy with a really successful radio show comes and sleeps in a trailer in the parking lot at Walmart to help a rescue mission raise food and support. Mm-hmm. There's nothing like this anywhere, Kevin. You are unique. This community is unique.
And the Boise Rescue Mission is unique. Fox News Now, 107.5 FM, 580 AM, KIDO Talk Radio. Good morning.